Okay, our next construction is going to be constructing a square that is inscribed in a circle. So that means the circle is going to be around the outside, and indeed the square will be on the inside. So our first step is to create the center of our circle. So I am going to just make a point, the center, somewhere inside my paper. I'm going to label this as A. Now I'm going to take my compass and make a decent sized circle so that I have plenty of room to work. Making sure you put your compass down in the right place there and making a nice circle. Remember, try and be accurate. Turn your paper sometimes while keeping your pencil down in the middle. Okay, now I have my nice circle. I'm going to use my straight edge or ruler to create a diameter of my circle. In order to do this, I'm just going to make sure that I go through the center and touch the two ends of the circle. Let's zoom in a little so that you can see it a little clearer. Okay, I'm going to label those intersections with the circle. I'm going to label one side as B and the other side as C. Okay? Now, using B and C, I'm going to create a perpendicular bisector so that I can find the other diagonal of my square. So I'm going to put the compass down here on point B, making sure the compass is open more than halfway, so past point A. And I'm going to make a giant swipe from top to bottom. Again, moving without changing my compass. And I'm going to move it over to point C. Do not change anything else. And again, swiping up and down. I am going to now just make a dot at each intersection that I created, and now using my ruler, I'm going to connect the three dots. I've got A, my other two, through to the other end of the circle. Okay, and now I'm going to label this as D, and the one at the bottom as E. Again, using my straight edge, I am now going to simply connect the points, B to D to C to E and back to B. This will give me my perfect square. Then all we have to do is make our marks of what is supposed to be congruent and write our congruent statements. Okay, because this is a square, each corner should be 90 degrees. And all of our sides should be congruent. So our statement, we are going to have angle B is going to be congruent to angle D, which is going to be congruent to angle C, and also to angle E. Also, our sides are all going to match. So segment BD is going to be congruent to DC, which is congruent to CE, which is also congruent to BE. Last but not least, we have to do our measurements, see how accurate we were. I'm going to do my angles first, starting with angle B, which is exactly 90 degrees. Over to angle E, lining it up, again, exactly 90 degrees. Remember, it can be off by a degree or two. However, please write down the correct measurement that you have, not what you want it to be, but what it actually is. So this time I'm looking at about, looks like 91 degrees. And here's also about 91 degrees. Now measuring my segments, choosing to measure in centimeters. I've got 8.2 centimeters. Continuing around my figure, I have, again, 8.2 centimeters. And it's not 8.2, I'm sorry, it is 8.6. Did I measure the first one wrong as well? Nope, I did. Also 8.6. Doing too many constructions in one day. I'll do that to you. 8.6. And again, last but not least, 8.6. This is a prime example of why using pencil is a good idea. But construction number 13 is now complete.